Right as I sat down to make this video, I have this headache that I've had all day because I'm just so overexcited for Metroid Dread. It is actually ridiculous. Since that trailer came out earlier today, I have just been ecstatic. I have never been more excited for any piece of fiction in my entire life. It's it's ridiculous. But yeah, I said I was going to do a video on the Metroid Dread report that came out. There wasn't much to it, admittedly, so I don't really have that much to talk about it. However, Nintendo did share some interesting artwork shortly after the trailer came out. As you can see here, it's of the Chozo armor. This one seems to be different. It's either the same character in a different armor or it's another Chozo. This armor is red and it just looks so bloody badass. I just can't wrap my head around it. It reminds me of two things: the Sith troopers from Star Wars Episode 9 and the red demon soldiers from Doom Eternal's DLC. I'm getting huge vibes of those two things from it, but that artwork is just absolutely incredible. You can also see more of these Chozo in the bottom half of the image from the end of the trailer, and it's just, they look so cool. This game is living up to all the expectations we've ever had for it. But as for the actual Metroid Dread report itself, most of it just went over the abilities we see in the game. As we noted during our reaction, the Shine Spark is back, the Screw Attack, the Seeker Missiles from Metroid Prime, there's the Plasma Beam, there appears to be Super Missiles. Apparently the Ice Missiles are back in conjunction with the fact that Samus has Metroid DNA from Fusion. She can't have the actual Ice Beam, so we still have Ice Missiles. There's a new bomb ability called the Bomb Cross. It seems like it only works with those purple square slots you can go into. I don't know if it works outside of that. On top of that, the Scan Pulse is back from Metroid Samus Returns. Obviously, we have the Phantom Cloak, which we saw in previous footage. There's I'm not sure the actual name for it, the spinning attack she does where you can jump multiple times through the air. That's really cool, and the way that can be used in combat and exploration is really going to open up a lot of possibilities. So when you couple all of that together, the first thing that comes to mind is speedrunners are going to absolutely break this game. With the amount of abilities at Samus' disposal, I wouldn't be surprised if speedrunners jump through the map from one area to another with how ridiculous some of these abilities are. The report itself toward the end did talk slightly about the actual story, and it brought up, when it mentioned Kraid, that Kraid was back, didn't give any extra info or indication about what that's about. I'm currently thinking it's a clone. It has to be. There's no way the actual Kraid from Super Metroid is back. It's either a clone or it's another member of the same species. My previous theory, long before Dread came out, was that Kraid was a member of the Reptilicus from Brio. Because if you look at the statues of the Mogonaires on Brio, they bear a striking resemblance to Kraid. And as we learned in Metroid Prime 3, the Chozo did visit Brio at one point, and they had a hand in the development of that civilization. So maybe there's a tie in there. Unlikely, but it's just a theory I have. Some people are saying the X-Parasite thing. I really don't think the X-Parasite are back. There's no indication that they really are. It seems to be all a conspiracy, which brings us to the one really interesting and massive lore implication of this Dread report. The very last bit of it mentions that the Federation are the only ones that knew the Chozo were still alive. I'm just going to let that sink in for a moment. The Federation were the only ones that knew the Chozo were alive. Yes, that makes sense because in the manga they met the Chozo, which was already years after they were extinct for the most part. But think about it like this. The Emmy are gone to ZDR. The Federation then sends Samus there on the false pretense that the X-Parasite is there. The Emmy are conveniently immune to her weaponry and designed to extract DNA. The Chozo are also there, and they have their own droids and machinery going on. It seems more like the Chozo had a deal with It seems more like the Federation had a deal with the Chozo to have Samus disposed of. It just seems there's so much adding up there that just, I don't know, it's way too uh, suspicious for it to be just the X-Parasite or something. I also forgot to mention as well, we got to see the gravity suit, which looks really cool with the kind of purple and pink in this new suit design. There's so much I can't wrap my head around it. As I said, I'm so overwhelmed for this game. It's not even funny. I really need to calm down before I like pass out. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to go over the quick points and that there wasn't a whole lot to talk about, but things are definitely adding up. In terms of future reactions, because this one was very spoilerish, I'm going to see how the next trailer is, depending when the next trailer comes out. I might watch the next one or two. If they're short teasers, I'll watch them, but I'm sure they might do maybe one more like 2-minute gameplay trailer, probably in a Nintendo Direct. I will watch that, but after that point, I don't know, I might have to start going blind for the game because I don't want to get risk any other spoilers. Most people were freaking out that Kraid was like a spoiler. For me, the biggest spoiler was getting to see the surface of ZDR. I really didn't want to see any of that or the gravity suit, but you know, whatever. I'll sure to forget about it by the time the game comes out again. It's really interesting that Samus's suit keeps changing. She starts off with the Omega suit from Fusion, then it turns blue, then she seems to have the Omega suit again, but from what we've seen from this trailer, and I'm judging it based on how many energy tanks she has, she seems to have the Omega suit for most of the game. We're not seeing a whole lot of the blue suit, so I'm really confused as to what's going on there. I'm sure we'll find out as the time draws near. But yeah, that was just a quick update on some other things that have developed with Metroid Dread. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Are you excited for Metroid Dread? What did you think of the trailer? What do you think of this Dread report? Do you think there's a conspiracy going on with the Federation and the Chozo? How do you think this is all going to play out? I want to hear everything you have to say down in the comment section below. And yeah, with that all said, thank you all for watching and please subscribe. Novus Corvius out.